Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. Once again, gonna want to save state. And what do we got here? Apparently, we got Santa Claus being turned into an albatross. In the original game, he turned into an albatross. Not much different there. Granted, this albatross is clearly the albatrosses from Super Mario Bros. 2. Well, if Santa wants Christmas to come a little early, he could deliver the presents like that. Honestly, I can see that being a pretty good transformation to undergo. Sure, you don't have hands, but you got those grubby bird feet, and that's just about as good. I would love to find out what it's like to be a bird. Spread my wings out and soar around. And of course, having those grubby bird feet. That's gotta be pretty neat. Being able to grab things with your feet. Which is why they're grubby bird feet. Because they're grabby. And they're bird feet. Makes complete sense, right? Oh boy, so this is basically going to be the last airship that we play in this adventure. No, wait, no it's not. We still got the e-reader levels coming up soon. But it's the last airship we'll be encountering during the main campaign. Kind of appropriate considering how dangerous this location is, kind of, with all of its blowing ups going on. I was hoping to make it on top of that. It's kind of dangerous down here. And don't know if you noticed, but you cannot destroy cannonballs with your hammers. I made it, though. So I've already proven I can make it to the end with the hammer suit, so we won't worry about making myself do it again. Save seat right here, and here comes... Just a sec. Roy Koopa. Who is immune to hammers. Roy Koopa is another Stompy Koopa. Don't be on the ground whenever he lands on the ground, otherwise you're going to be stunned and in a world of hurt. Also, hey, first try, awesome. So, Roy Koopa, named after rock and roll singer Roy Orbison. I can definitely see it. Roy Orbison also had these glasses that he wore. I tell you, Roy Koopa is definitely an 80s character if there ever was one. You don't see those sort of glasses in style very much nowadays. Hey you, how about lending me your clothes? No dice? What a drag. By the way, the princess was supposed to give us another cloud to skip a level and write, "Be careful in the ice world. The creatures trapped in the ice will come to life if warmed." Right, I forgot about this level. For this level, say goodbye to the hammer suit, because I want the P-Wing. So, let's see here. Roy Koopa, in the cartoon, he was named Bully. Definitely an appropriate name. He certainly looks like a bully. By the way, I really don't like Roy Koopa's promotional art. I mean, I love the outfit, but what is that pose? Like, is he shrugging or is he taking a crap? Oh boy, chain chomps. Not a lot of levels with these guys. And this is essentially going to be the last level we'll be seeing them on this playthrough. Unless there's some in e-reader levels. Don't know. But while I have the possibly last opportunity to show him off, we're gonna wait around a bit, watch his chain, fine, I know it's a thing. And I'm fairly confident it does. Oh, here we go. Whew. So, after waiting a while, their chains break. Well, I might be using that spare P-Wing after all. Because this is one of those levels with 2 exits. I guess first I'm going to show off the way to reach the normal exit. Oh, there's going to be a star in here. There. That's a helpful way to get rid of those guys. Is there anything in this? No, I didn't think so. And there's the end of the level. Alright, backing up. I decided not to use the spare P-Wing. So, at the start of this level, if you fly straight up, you can get to a pipe up there. It's actually possible to charge up your speed and fly up there without a P-Wing, but considering this guy's doing his thing, it's a little bit difficult. Easier to just do it with a P-Wing. So first things first, it's gonna be some one-ups in here. Gimme, gimme, gimme! And over here is where I came down from grabbing the star power. A little further to the left, be careful, don't get hit by any chomps up there. Is a P-switch, which creates these giant 3s that appear down here in this lower section. And a 4? Well, that wasn't there before. I don't think there's a number that appears here. I think it's only the 2. I guess because this is Super Mario Advance 4, there's also a 4? Well, that's an interesting little touch. Normally there was a 3 and then another 3. Anyway, from here we want to duck fly to get up into the secret passage and acquire the alternate exit. Another music box that I won't use. Oh, I just remembered something. Hold on a sec. No, load restore point. I want to find something out. Let's back up. Okay, that's what I was wondering. Instead of an exclamation mark or a clear, an incompleted world says okay. Hey there, Wario Land, welcome to the stream, and thank you for the bits. That is awesome of you. You see, I missed your bits in the previous stream? I thought I didn't. Apologies if I did. Wait, what just happened? Oh. Second ending. With new music. Well, while we're on the subject, this song right here. I played this game 100% the very first time I played it, because I play 100% out of habit. So when I beat Bowser, I did not get the original song that you get from beating the game. Instead, this is the song I got. And I was kind of disappointed, because why did they replace the song? I like the original song better. It wasn't until years later that I found out the original ending song is still in the game. You just have to beat the game not 100%. Still, though, I didn't know that these ending... I didn't know that this ending, triggered automatically once you reached 100%. It's also the very first time that we've actually seen the credits for Super Mario Bros. 3. The original game and the All-Stars version, no credits. You don't get to find out who made the game. They went uncredited. Which was unfortunately kind of the habit back in the day. A lot of video games back in the day, you don't know who made them. They were just uncredited. Newest game I can think of that did not provide the credits is Wave Race 64 on the Nintendo 64. You'd think credits would have been a requirement by then. You might say the end there, but I still have some unfinished business. I want to fight the hard version of the final battle. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll take the shorter route. Speaking of the original game, I know I'm not the only one, but I kind of prefer the original graphics and the original music. Might be nostalgia, but there's just something about the original graphics and music that I just really like. If I didn't care about the e-reader levels, I would have played the original version. You know what? Speaking of music, we'll go into the final battle with this music. Actually, no. Hold that thought. I'm going to do something silly. Oh, now that we completed the game, these levels have new markers on them. They're all shiny. But I want to see how far into the final level I can get with the frog suit. By the way, it's interesting that you have to hold the A button in order to swim faster, considering speed is normally relegated to holding the B button. I'm surprised it's not the B button that makes you swim faster. Convenient that the game remembers where I was when I exited the world. Don't have to go through those pipes again. Pretty sure going through pipes would eventually wear out the music box too. Alright, I'm not gonna save state. If I lose the frog suit along the way, oh well. But at the very least, I want to make the attempt. I should have entered this place with the fire flower, actually, now that I think about it. I want to hop up here if at all possible. Well, that didn't last long. Might as well check out these doors. I didn't get to explore them the first time I played this level. I was focused on just trying to survive with my hammer suit. Maybe I should have save stated. Going through all that effort to get the frog suit only to lose it at the beginning? I bet you all are really disappointed. I gotta make it a legit attempt. Alright, I'll save state. But once I get past those beginning portions, then I'll actually count it for real. Is it even possible? Because the trigger for that thing is... Oh, aha! So it is possible to actually hop up here. I knew it was. Okay, we already saw what happens if we go through that door. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Because I cannot duck jump into that corner and slide through. You can't duck as a frog. You're already squatting. Oh boy. So there's a door that I never went into down here. But I gotta... be careful about it. Oh! I didn't think that was a double one. Okay, made it to this door. And this just leads back into this room where we started. Eventually leading back to the start. So I gotta go through this part again. Okay. We got a game now. Those are the only two false doors in the level. From here, we gotta make it to the end. Oh, 1-up doesn't respawn. No surprise there. Oh boy. Making it to the hard version of the final battle is going to be, well, hard without the ability to fly. I gotta go from up here. Thankfully, the potobos I don't think are going high enough. Okay, I made it. I mean, we're not at the final battle yet, but I made it to that door. Okay, I think that's the only one that shoots in this room. Let me spawn you. Oh, I have to go all the way, huh? Oh boy. It's a little nerve-wracking. Ah, I was so close. Alright, it is a brand new day, and before we make another attempt at Bowser's Castle, something has occurred to me. The completion bonus for this game is a bit more significant than simply the icons of levels being changed. You might have already noticed this, but the Hammer Brothers have returned. As did the Mushroom Houses. That's actually very useful information that I wish I had known sooner. I didn't have to return to level 9 in order to get another frog suit. I could have just come back to this mushroom house right here. And I have an unlimited supply of frog suits that I can grab right here. How unlimited? So unlimited that I can just go into this and just grab as many as I want. That is a good completion bonus. Speaking of Hammer Brothers, I'm actually kind of curious about something. I noticed that I'm back to 44 coins, which is a nice number to work with right here. I'm going to go back to this and see if I can re-trigger the coin ship. The coin ship can be triggered in Worlds 1, 3, 5, and 6. you do in fact get the coin ship back. So I'm gonna go ahead and... Actually, I'm kind of curious. Now that we are in the post game, will the coin ship remain a coin ship after I beat it? No. The coin ship reverts to a Hammer Brother even then. Another thing I want to do, though. Throughout this adventure, I have been waiting for one of these Hammer Brothers to spawn an item block in the challenge. And I thought it was random, but I have now learned that whether an item appears in the Hammer Brothers battle depends on their location on the map. Specific locations have item blocks. And by that I mean... Let's see if we have one right here. There it is. Finally! See? They can spawn them. They just have to be triggered on the correct spot on the map. Also, in case it's not obvious, it's worth mentioning that now that we're in 100% bonus, Hammer Brothers do not automatically initiate battle whenever you cross over them. So, that's handy. Ooh. Do Hammer Brothers, or not Hammer Brothers, airships. Do airships respawn now? I'm gonna say yes, because the king has been transformed again. Does that mean that all the kings are transformed again? Probably. Which means, canonically, after saving the princess, all the kings wind up being transformed back into animals anyway. I'm sure they'll get used to it. Out of all of those, if there was one that I would be okay being stuck as, it would definitely be the Yoshi. Creating a restore point because I want to try to actually win one of these fights, killing a Koopaling with fire. Easier said than done. Probably it's down to one hit. There we go. It is doable. It just takes a heck of a lot of hits. Far easier to just stomp on their heads. As an aside, hope y'all don't mind me doing this, but I am really curious and I want to cover my bases. Like, the fact that there's actually a reward for getting 100% is impressive. I did not know about this until now. Kind of think of it, this means that I could have had more opportunities to get those costumed messages from the king. Oh, we still don't get the letter from the princess? Come on, she gives us items! Well, we don't necessarily need them from her anymore. We could go to Hammer Brothers, and some of the Hammer Brothers do carry P-Wings. On that note, now that we are in 100% completion bonus, now will doing this respawn the White Mushroom House? Well, I'm not getting that last coin block if I'm small. Out of curiosity, I've already learned that returning to the map lets you keep your item. Does it also let you keep your coins? I've got 73. And I still have 73. Alright. So, saving and quitting, your gained lives and items and coins are reset. But returning to the map does not. You get to keep what you grabbed. That's actually pretty nice, because a lot of times in platformers, when you quit a level midway through, you don't get to keep your progress. Which is kind of lame. Trick shot. Oh! And, it spawned right under me. That's an unusual location for it to spawn, but the answer is yes. Yes, you can do this over and over again. That said, it's not really worth the effort of doing the coin challenges. Your only two rewards for doing that are P-Wings and Anchors. And the P-Wings you can get easily from a few Hammer Brothers elsewhere. Anchors are useless because, well, they're useless. While I have the opportunity, I want to see if I can actually fill up the inventory. In the original game, you have a limit of 4 rows of items. For 4 rows that, by the way, you originally could not see the entirety of. You can only see 1 row at a time. But typically, after filling your inventory, your newest item replaces the last item in the slot. So hypothetically, my next item will replace the fire flower. Hypothetically, I'll get something other than a fire flower. Yep, it replaced the item. Another thing that it originally did when you got the item is the item physically dropped into your inventory. It is a little bit of a shame that this more advanced game, literally advanced, could not duplicate that effect. Ooh, I just thought of something else. Back to World 3. There is something I have never done before. And at least I don't think I have. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this fire flower, and I don't know which of these Hammer Brothers I want. I'm gonna assume this one. Hey, finally another item! So that one drops a leaf. This arrangement of battle tiles drops a leaf. But that was not the item I wanted. Should have went after the first one. And there's what I wanted. A hammer. That is not the button I wanted. I keep pressing the B button because that was the original button for opening the inventory. Now it's the L button. So typically, hammer usage. There's very few of them in the game. You don't want to waste them. So typically you would use 1 hammer in World 2 to get to the frog suit and the warp whistle. And you'd use a hammer in World 3 to get to the islands of items. And on a typical run, that would be it. You'd no longer be able to get any useful hammers. But on this run, I have been able to also get the item house blocked by a boulder in World 4. However, now that we know that we can get an unlimited supply of hammers, I can actually do this. There's not going to be anything special about doing this. It's not a bonus thing that actually does anything special. Although I am kind of proud of my ability to get a 2-up just then. Can confirm, getting any win upgrades the grand prize. Now, I want another hammer. Of course, now that we're in the post-game, I'm getting those item blocks every single time. When I couldn't at any point during the regular game. Wrong button again. I don't need to buzz that, but when else am I going to get that opportunity? In fact, I'm going to go ahead and use up a couple of these stars and grab a few more hammers. Oh, you cannot use a star when you're already starred up. and that was just a misclick. Huh. First time I've ever seen a hammer brother sitting on the dock. Anyway, I've got a few hammers in my inventory now. So, first things first. Some of you might be wondering, can you use the hammer on any block that happens to be sitting next to the path? The answer is no. You cannot do that. There is a handy shortcut right here, by the way. If you're playing normally and you wind up dying, you could just use a hammer you might have gotten from a hammer brother to skip along past here. And I see more levels that have changed color. The pyramid is now white, and the sand level is also white. It no longer blends in with the surrounding area, but it still looks neat. That, on the other hand, I did not expect. I never knew that. You could totally bust your way through here and skip the fortress. And it's not simply because there happened to be a walkable spot on the other side of the rock. There was actually a space specifically programmed in right there. And I don't mean right here, I mean where I was. However, there is a breakable rock in World 6 that I can get to. Right here. In fact, there's a couple of breakable rocks. There's this one, allowing you to shortcut past level 7. And let me get another hammer. Alright, it's the hammer brother near the entrance that has the hammer. And now, I can go ahead and bust this one, which leads to the pipe back at the entrance right over there. I can't remember, did I ever go through these two pipes right here? It's slightly pointless. It just takes you to the other end of the path. I'm going to say that the hand traps no longer trigger automatically. Alright, I think I've done all the experimenting that I wanted to do. Learned a whole bunch of stuff. I will say, there's not much incentive to actually play around after getting 100%, but hey, if you wanted to take an item to earlier levels and just goof off, by all means. Now then, I have some unfinished business. We are going to take care of Bowser with the frog suit. I mean, I was going to just beat him regardless of whether I am able to make it with the frog suit or not, but after all the effort I put in, we are absolutely going to do this. We might as well. So I hope you all have been enjoying yourselves, by the way. Despite the fact that I am not a perfect Mario player. I know some folks out there just want to see a flawless playthrough. But I am not a flawless person. I just play games to have fun. I've definitely done a bit of goofing off in this playthrough, alongside the failures. I mean, look at me trying to go through this castle again with the frog suit. Okay, I have proven that I am able to make it to this point with the frog suit. And I don't feel like proving it again. Oh boy. Kind of think of it, this section here is definitely harder than the lower path. You didn't have to deal with donut blocks while dodging Bowser's breath. This time, wait. And we are making it to Bowser. So I didn't really properly explain how to defeat Bowser during my first visit here, because I just threw hammers at his face. But your goal is to make it so that... Oh, how to word this? Bowser, you cannot jump on him. Rather, he tries to jump on you. And in the process, he breaks the floor. And your goal is to make it so that he breaks his way into a bottomless pit. In the lower path, this is not too difficult. But in this path, there is a lot less space down there for him to drop into. A lot more of it is the cement bricks that he cannot break. So you have less space to work with. By the way, well, that didn't last long. Little bit of a story. Back when this game was new, I saw this fight on TV. And I don't mean like in a movie or as a commercial. No. It was actually... Well, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was G4. I don't know if G4 was a thing yet. But it was some TV show that was covering this game, and they showed how to win this battle. I guess Mario 3 was just that much of a phenomenon, they had to show it off. And that was before I actually reached Bowser myself. Oh. That was actually before I encountered Bowser myself, so kind of a bit of a spoiler. Although back then I didn't really mind spoilers too much, I was using player guides. So, it was really cool in hindsight to see a video game covered on TV like that. Alright, one more time. I could save state, but I'm doing this legit. And there we go. So, you're probably wondering what happened just then. Well, I was about to leap over the pit, but, when Bowser hit the floor way below, that causes Mario to bounce off the ground, which meant that I was not on the ground to make my jump, and I proceeded forward into the pit. In the end, Bowser won. He totally did that on purpose. Nope. You're gonna take a cheap shot at me? I'm gonna be cheap. And wait for it. And there it was, the bounce. Now I can hop over the pit. Huzzah! It is still lame that they take away your costume after you beat Bowser. I want to see Toadstool greet a frog. Oh. Another memory. Ooh. Okay, so, I mentioned the game Genie once before. Also glad that that the timer up there is no longer counting down so I can actually tell this story. I also cannot pause, so I cannot quit the game, or quit the level, if I wanted to do that, which I don't. But anyway, Game Genie, cheating device, fun stuff. But one of the codes is dangerous. I forget which code it was, but at the end of this boss fight, when the door opens, one of the codes made it so that as a consequence of using it, the game would permanently pause as soon as that door opened. The only way to not get stuck is to stand in front of the door and hold up so that immediately as the door opened, you went inside. Otherwise, the game would pause, and that'd be it. You can't actually get your ending. No idea what about that code triggered that. I don't remember what the code was. Maybe it was like invincibility or something. Don't know. Now, the game Genie came with a code book that lets you know about all these codes, and thankfully it warned you about that, and it actually gave it a bit of a nickname. I forget exactly what the nickname was, but it was like Bowser's Time Trap or something like that. So there was warning about it, but that was interesting. And the interesting thing about it is that it also changed the pause logo into a different color, so it had its own identity as well. Anyway, I guess it's time to greet Toastal as just regular Mario. Oh. And then we already rescued Princess Toastal, so she's not actually here. Can we skip the ending? We cannot skip the ending. Well, anyway, that is the main campaign of Super Mario Bros. 3. But of course, we're playing the Game Boy Advance version. As I said before, there's a reason I wanted to play the Game Boy Advance version for you all, and that is the e-reader levels, which we are going to be doing after this break. Be right back.